Governor Lamont addressing this issue in his press conference. He says he'd love to see a football season this school year, but it'll most likely take place in the beginning of next year, not the fall like many student athletes hoped for. Student athletes, their families, and coaches have been fighting the Connecticut Interscholastic Athletic Conference's decision to cancel high school football. And now that pushback coming from lawmakers as well, with members of the GOP and Democrats addressing separate letters to the governor, calling on him to meet with the Department of Public Health and the CIAC to find a way to allow the season.
Here's our guidance. This is what we think makes the most sense. But if it'd be helpful to sit down with public health and football, I'd be, happy to do that.
CIAC has decided to cancel this fall's football season following the Department of Public Health's COVID-19 recommendations. So now student athletes are asking both to reconsider the decision as other contact sports are being allowed.
All of the actions that they had taken help to keep our numbers down. There's no reason why any of these high school students can't do those same safety precautions.
Just this past weekend, student athletes from around the state held a rally in West Hartford protesting the decision to cancel the season. And a petition formally asking the CIAC and the DPH to allow students to have 11-on-11 football in Connecticut this fall, garnering more than 30,000 signatures. But Lamont says at the end of the day, it's up to the individual leagues.
The states didn't do it, but their local leagues, made the determination themselves that probably is worth pausing now, keeping going with the practice and the conditioning, and hopefully start something up in February or March.
And hundreds of student athletes, their families, and coaches are expected to gather here outside the state capitol tomorrow afternoon, hoping to send the same message: they want their season back. Reporting in Hartford, it's Nia Maldonado, Fox 61 News.